Oh, hey! Thanks for coming back to Lose It a Lambo. It's great to see you all again, and today I'm doing something a little different because I like to do things different, and I'm going to do kind of a two birds one stone thing. So, because there are so many hours in the day, try to make the best of those hours. So, I'm going to do some arm wrestling training while I shoot this video, talk to you about some things with the whole Lose It a Lambo project. Alright, figure that, you know, I created this so that, you know, your average Joe, anybody like me, you know, can potentially use all this free information available and make a, you know, make a successful life out of this information that's freely available online. And I've been doing this now since December 12th, right, 2016. I have 5 years, set a goal, 5 years, to go from having lost pretty much everything, loser, right, to owning a house and a Lamborghini. Now, along the way here on this journey, I've had to make some really big changes, and it's tough. You know, I understand why some people don't go for it. You know, it's a lot of work, especially after work. You know, I worked an 11-hour day as an iron worker, which is not easy work, and you know, here I am training right on the table, you know, and shooting this video and staying busy, right? Because that's the only way I'm going to achieve this goal. Now, I'm going to give you 5 things that are equally the toughest changes I've had to make, as well as the most beneficial changes I've had to make. Go figure, right? Got to make some sacrifice for some gain. Now, first thing, 5 a.m. club. Okay, 5 a.m. club, rough, still rough. I'd like to say it's gotten so much easier, but I would definitely be lying. It has not. It has not really gotten easier. I guess in some way I'm getting used to the fact that, okay, I'm up, instead of the original thing was, you know, 5 a.m. and I'm just like, I don't want to get up. I'm tired, you know, I deserve my sleep. You know, I work hard and blah, 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 right? Now, the 5 a.m. club is tough. It's tough. And having a morning routine, that's okay. That's come along a long ways. But the 5 a.m. alarm clock is rough. But here's an interesting story. So right now I'm working for a successful friend of mine. And oddly enough, he watches these videos, which is pretty cool. Hey, boss. Hey, Mark. So I mentioned the 5 a.m. club, like we talked about it, we were at work, and I had mentioned the 5 a.m. club, right? And I was like, what time do you get up? You know, he told me 4:30. so there you go. You know, for all you people who are like, you know, can't make it big, and I can't do this, and I can't do that, and there's not enough time, and there's not enough time to do any of this. And guess what? There is, in the morning. And you know, one of my most successful friends, there he is. He owns a company. He owns lots of equipment. He has several employees, and doing well for himself. And what time does he get up? 4:30 a.m. See, something we can all learn from this. And it's not easy, but it's worth it. I get so much done in the morning. You know, whether it's my workout in the morning or whether it's reading, you know, at least I'm getting something done. And it goes right along with that whole Eat That Frog book. I did a video on it. I'll leave a link below. And it's about getting, you know, something big that you want to accomplish throughout the day, getting it done first thing in the morning. Now, a couple reasons for that. One, you can use, you know, the best part of your brain. You got the most energy. Your brain's ready and fired up, right? You haven't burnt it all off on Facebook and at work. And you know, there's that, and then there's the whole idea that you've accomplished something big already. So you're starting the day on a victory, and that's a big deal. You know, that's why I tell people, do not wake up, grab your phone, and go on Facebook right away. There's a lot of news and stuff on there. There's a lot of bad things that can come up on there, and that's the first thing you're gonna expose your brain to first thing in the morning, is how some family died in some fire, or this damage happened in this part of the city. And no, that's rough. Don't start your body out that way. That's your mind out that way. It's a rough way to start the day. Okay, number 2, changing habits. Okay, household I grew up in, it was, you work all day, you come home, and you can watch TV, right? That's the entertainment. That's what happens, right? You work all day, you deserve to rest, right? So I mean, that's been a habit of mine for years. Come home and well, usually it'd be go to the gym then, but I mean, if it's not that, it's come home, turn the TV on, and even if that's something as simple as watching a TED Talks, even if it's a learning thing, it's still the TV on, right? And that I've been changing. Spend a lot less time doing that, but changing habits, habits of, I used to have a habit of going for, I just got really bright out, just, the habit I used to get coffee every morning at Tim Hortons. I'm like, why? Maybe I need to get more sleep. If I'm waking up and I'm that tired, right, have my lemon water, like you should, start, fire up your metabolism, all the vitamin, B, C, B complex, magnesium, zinc, it's all in a lemon, have that. And get up, shower, and if I'm still tired, then, look at other options. Maybe look at why I'm so tired, right? Is my nutrition lacking? I'm not drinking enough water during the day. Okay, changing habits. It's been tough because they're habits. It's what you're used to doing, so it's, like in one of my previous videos there, I'm not going to should all over myself. I'm going to say, I'm not, it'd be like, I should keep going and not stop. But then you go and stop, grab that coffee, right? You don't need that. Brain doesn't need that. Your body sure doesn't need that. Leave it alone. Okay, 4. Now, me time. Me time is big. And it's something that I kind of left behind after a while. It was, I've been so focused on work and learning and doing everything I can that, I forgot about just taking time to myself and thinking about, how am I really doing? How am I? Am I okay? Am I tired? Am I sick? Am I stressed to the max? What's my resting heart rate? What's my, how am I breathing? Am I breathing, rough? That, is my body having some kind of anxiety? Check-in stuff. But that's something I've really tried to improve on. And, it's that, so that's really another big one, is now I have check-in time. I do it twice a day. I use the program Evernote. It reminds me to, it'll go off, alarm will go off, and it'll tell me, be like, check in with yourself. And I stop and I'll be like, hey, how am I really doing? Not just like, hey, how you doing? It's like, how am I? Am I okay? Am I having a good day? Am I feeling stressed? If so, why? If I'm stressed because of that, how do I fix it? Okay. Last thing, all right, this kind of applies to my whole life, really. He who fails to plan is planning to fail. Okay, Winston Churchill. Big quote. I love it. It's powerful. And that's kind of been my life. I mean, I went to school, and then it seemed like I was always in a hurry to, get married, have kids, get a house, buy a quad runner, have a motorcycle. I did it all, have dogs, did it all, right? And then what? That's kind of where my main goals ended. And then, a lot of bad happened after that. We won't get into that. But I realized that I am where I am because I failed to plan. Nobody plans to fail. You just don't. You don't plan your life to fail. You don't. You don't plan for that. It's just what happens is sometimes you've failed to plan, and I did. I should have, been more concise about when I was going to go to school and how long I was going to go to school for. Should have stayed in school before I got married, and should have stuck with it. And yeah, so that's it. 5 things that have been really tough but really worth it along this journey from having lost pretty much everything to buying a Lamborghini and a house. 5 years. So 5 things. 5 a.m. club, rough but worth it. Okay, changing habits, really tough, really tough, really tough. you know, I still struggle with some of these, and I try so hard. And then, yeah, and then me time, he fails to plan, is planning to fail. And actually, I skipped a number, didn't I? See, everyone's good at this adding thing. Self-talk. Self-talk is actually the last one on the list. Self-talk I struggle with. I got bullied a lot when I was young, and that's why I got really big and took a lot of different fighting styles and martial arts and this and that to protect myself. But it's now I don't get bullied anymore, but I did. And when you hear the same things from kids every day, and because you got the bright red hair, you're a skinny little kid, you know, and you really don't want to stand up for yourself properly, yeah, you take a lot of abuse, and that still stays in my mindset, still in my psyche. And sometimes I kind of throw that stuff at myself when I'm you know, running short on goals or struggling with something in my life, or you know, it's easy to beat up on myself, and it's not the right thing to do, and I struggle with it. But the more I'm aware of it, I become more active. I try to snap myself out of it, right? And that's another one. That's the last one, I guess, is self-talk. It's been tough for me, but worth it to work on. And you know, now every morning I wake up and I look in the mirror and I say, you know, you're a good person, and you've been through a lot of hard stuff, but you know, you deserve good things. Yeah, you know, be good to yourself. It's worth it. So yeah, that's it for this week. Thanks for coming back to Lizard to Lambo. It's excellent to see you all again. And yeah, until next week or next vlog, peace out. See you guys. Yeah?